Hi guys, my name's Ben, and in this video we're going to be covering the first law of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The first law that we'll be covering is probably one of the most important ones, and it's never outshine the master. So what is this first law really about? At its crux, it's actually about the dynamics of power and hierarchy. What you want to be doing here is managing how your boss perceives you and what your relationship is with them. Your boss in this instance is your master, and so by not outshining them, what you're trying to do is not make them feel threatened by you. The theory here is if the boss feels threatened by you, they're actually going to be suppressing your success and your ability to influence different layers of power above you. So what this kind of plays out is that if your boss feels that you're a threat to them and you're making them look bad, they're not going to give you access to their boss and their peers, because you may be showing everyone around them, your boss's peers and your boss's master, that you could actually be doing a better job at their role than them. If you make your boss feel comfortable in their role, that they are more likely to share that influence. They're going to showcase you because they don't view you as a threat, but as a kind of a tool that is enhancing how they're perceived by their colleagues and how they're perceived by their boss. So why is the first law important? Well, as humans, we exist in social hierarchies, be this in the workplace, in your friendship groups, or in just any type of relationship. And so what you want to do is you want to understand what are the rules of the game that you're actually being played in. Now, this might make you feel a little bit manipulative, that you're having to do something a little bit Machiavellian or untoward, but what you're really trying to do here is understand the rules of the game that you are involved in no matter what. You are either going to be an active participant or a passive one, but you can't sit on the sidelines with this type of game. We all exist in these structures, so what you need to learn to do is how to operate effectively within them. Now, success here means that your boss is going to feel comfortable with your contributions, that you are not a threat to them, and they're going to allow you to thrive and excel, and you're not going to be cut off from opportunities within your organization. The other side of this one is, if your boss does view you as a threat, that you're going to be sidelined. You're going to be viewed as a liability. They may say bad things about you. You might not get the recognition that you deserve, and you're not going to progress as much as you feel like you actually should be, and probably as much as you deserve. So how do you apply Law 1? For me, it's across three key principles. It's around recognizing, understanding, and then engaging. So first you need to recognize the power structure. You need to understand who are the people in the room that have power and where they get their power from. So again, this can be in the office, in the workplace, it can be in political situations or just friendship groups, but understanding who are the power players and where are they getting their power from. Once you're able to identify this, it's going to help you navigate that situation best to your advantage and to also not make any accidental mistakes that may hurt you in the long run. The next one is understand, and the main thing that you need to understand here is your boss's ego. So again, this one feels a little bit more manipulative than the other principles, but what you really want to do here is understand the person that holds the power, so the master in this situation, what are they like? So again, I use boss as a simple one because I think a lot of people find that more relatable, but it can be friendship groups, it can be other types of organizations. But here, for your boss, how do they operate? What do they like and don't they like? Are they people that like to hold court, be the center of attention, or do they like to operate from the background? You need to start thinking what they like and how they like to operate, and then work out how you help them do it. And also, what are the ways in which you make sure that you don't kind of cross into their limelight. If there's someone that likes to hold court, get in front of everyone and give this big speech and a lot of the theatrics around that, you don't want to be trying to do the same thing because you'll be trying to crowd out their time in the limelight. You would want to more operate from the background. Now, the same thing can be applied in reverse, where your boss is someone that likes to operate from the background. If you're both behind the curtain, it's going to get crowded very quickly. So you may want to be more at the front of the operation. This is the part that I think, a lot of you probably wanting to focus on and understand. And within this, I probably have three ways in which I think are key guiding principles to help you engage, because that's what we're trying to do. Once you know this law, you understand what it is, why it's important, and how to apply it, but actually in your interactions, what do you need to do? So firstly, you don't want to compete with your boss. This is a bad idea. You don't want to be getting them to feel threatened by you. You want them to be comfortable with you in your position in their structure, and that they understand that you are trying to help them achieve their goals. Now, the next one on this one is you want to make sure that you're giving your boss credit. This will help enhance that situation, that they feel secure, that you are viewing them as someone that is above them in the power structure, but that you have your goals aligned, that you are sharing the glory. This is really important around that image management. You want to be cultivating that sense that your boss feels like that you are both on the same side and working towards the same goal. You don't want them looking down and being worried at the people below them. You want them focusing, achieving, so looking up. And the way you do this is you don't compete with them, and you help boost their attention forward by sharing the glory, that you are all moving forward together. Now, the last one here is staying in your lane. This one feels a bit counterintuitive in a lot of ways. You're always told in the workplace to take on more responsibility, to push the boundaries, but you need to be very conscious of how you do this. You want to be taking what you are given, and this can often be, done through a conversation with your boss, but you don't want to be starting to take things off their plate without their permission, because that's when they will start viewing that you are starting to threaten them and their position. You're starting to show that you can do their job, and maybe you can do it better than them. What you want to be doing is staying in your own lane. The things that you are given, you need to dominate. That's how you impress them. If you say that you're going to do something, you have the integrity that you demonstrate in all your actions by actually doing it, and you do it really well, and you do it fast. If you want to take on more things, you need to speak to your boss about it, but you need to make sure when you're doing it that you're observing a lot of those principles that we were talking about earlier. You don't want them to feel threatened like you're trying to take their job. You're just wanting to learn more and help them. You want to be positioned that you're trying to take things off their plate so they can take more things onto their own plate from their own boss while they're trying to manage their own career aspirations. So that's how you do it. You need to be engaging with your boss in a way that you're not competing with them, you're sharing the glory, and you're staying in your own lane. But if you are wanting to go more up the line and take on bigger pieces of work, that you're observing those principles as you engage with your boss on doing it, and you're not just trying to outshine them. So to wrap this one up, guys, Law 1, never outshine the master. This one is about power dynamics and hierarchies and societal structures that you operate within. You want to learn the rules of this game so you can navigate them effectively. And you do this by recognizing power structures, understanding your boss's ego, and then as you engage with them, staying in your own lane, not competing with your boss, and sharing the glory.